I'm Katie. I just got back from a Uniworld cruise. I sailed on the SS Bon Voyage through Bordeaux in France. Uniworld is one of the, I would say, upper level river cruise companies. They are all inclusive, so all of your beverages are included, all of your gratuities are included, all of your shore excursions are included. They do have some optional excursions that you can add, but they do a very good job of making sure that your experience has very few additional costs. They also, what I like about Uniworld is that they focus on immersing you in the location. So every single ship is built for that specific location. You'll never see a ship in France sailing in Germany. You won't see the ship from Egypt sailing in Portugal. Bordeaux is a very popular wine region in France, if not the entire world. So we focused on wine tasting quite a bit. We went to different areas, left and right bank of Bordeaux. We stopped in several different wineries. One of the ones I went to was Chateau Lafite Rothschild, which is actually one of the original 4 Grand Crus that were named in the 1855 classification. That was a very special experience. Uniworld doesn't get to stop there all the time. We were told maybe 5 times during the year they get to stop at that vineyard. All of the spa treatments on board involve the use of grapeseed because it is or grapeseed oil. It's a product that's used in a lot of French beauty regimens, and it's just another way to incorporate the wine and part of the culture into the experience. So I love cheese. Anyone who knows me knows I love cheese. France, of course, you know, there's nothing better to pair with wine than cheese. So I ate a lot of it while I was there. In the restaurants on board, they always had cheese available. Cheese at breakfast, cheese at lunch, at dinner, there was always a cheese course. France, they are known for serving a cheese course before dessert. I think that's something really unique to their culture that I love. So basically every meal in France, I ate cheese. There were quite a few days where I didn't eat anything other than cheese at each meal. And right now I'm actually feeling cheese withdrawals. Yesterday, it just didn't feel right eating Mediterranean food and Chinese food and not like a nice piece of Morbier. One of the other things that sets apart Uniworld is that they have a pretty fantastic art collection. They do have real work, or I would say original works of art by Picasso, by Van Gogh, by Monet, whomever on board. So they have an extensive art collection. So the ship has art everywhere, paintings in the hallway, drawings, beautiful Matisse drawings. What I particularly liked about our ship is that there was a big mosaic behind the front desk right in the lobby. With our ship being built for France, it was one of Van Gogh's scenes of kind of the Provence area. So it was a local artist's interpretation of the lavender fields, but it was in this 3D mosaic, and it also had some poppy flowers, sunflowers everywhere, but the mosaic, it was just absolutely beautiful. It was one of my favorite things on the ship. Uniworld is a very interesting cruise line because I think they actually cater to a bigger audience than some people may think. Anyone who is looking for an all-inclusive experience on the river cruise, I think that's perfect. They're a perfect fit. People who are history buffs, who are art buffs, people who are wanting to learn a lot while they travel, I think they're another good fit. We had people on board giving lectures while we were on the ship. Surprisingly enough, because I don't think it's always your first thought, but families are another good fit for Uniworld. They have specific sailings that they call their generation sailings, and they bring extra amenities on board for kids. So they have a kids menu, they have kids crafts and different activities geared toward the children. It's not on every sailing, they have it on specific itineraries, and they focus on the ships where they do have connecting staterooms. But I think, you know, a family who's looking for a different experience and only wanting to unpack once and see a lot, that's another good option. And if you are looking to see several different cities, maybe several different countries in Europe, but a land tour where you're having to pick up and pack up constantly sounds like it might be a little too much for you, I mean, river cruising is perfect. Uniworld is also looking to break into a younger market. They have a new line called You. It is focused on the young and the young at heart. So their sailings work a little bit differently than the traditional Uniworld cruises. Their port stays, you usually stay in port overnight, so they have later activities at night. Your excursions are in the late afternoon. They want to make sure you have some time to experience the nightlife, and then you sail during the day. They serve brunch. They have a late brunch. They know that after a fun night out on the town, you might want to sleep in a little bit. So they are looking to kind of revitalize the river cruising experience with things like silent discos. They have camping on board where they'll set up a tent and you can camp on the top deck of the ship. They have mixology classes, so they are wanting to or do offer really fun activities for those who are looking for something a little bit more active and a little bit more modern as well. River cruising is also a very active type of tour. They have bicycles on board, so you can take the biking tours. On my particular itinerary, they actually did a motorcycle with a sidecar tour around Bordeaux. It's not for the faint of heart, I assure you. There wasn't any back bar on the seat behind the driver, but that was a lot of fun. While they have the guided bike tours, you can also take the bikes out on your own. They'll have hiking for you. They'll do cooking classes, so it's not just sailing along the river and taking in the views. They do have a lot of activities to keep you entertained. One night we even did musical trivia and we won, yeah! If you're interested in learning more about a Uniworld cruise or maybe looking into setting one up for yourself, please give me a call. I would love to share my experience and I would love to help you with your reservation. My number is 972-517-9130.